why my speaker. But can you guys hear me now? Please let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know, please. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. And like I said, this is my first YouTube live, so I might just be making a mistake in something or connection or something, but just let me know, please. Thank you. So I was saying that I was trying to clarify the meaning of solo parenting because I explained that yesterday on my Facebook live when I said solo parenting and someone is like, are you divorced? No. So solo parenting doesn't necessarily mean you're divorced. It just really means that you are the only one available to take care of your child. Maybe you have a partner that is working outside the house or your partner is not available at the moment, so you solo parent. I mean, look at all the accidents that are happening right now. You already know. He's trying to help me, but he's making a mess, my love. If you just joined, please let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you so much for your help. So I always make my pancake with a little bit of yogurt to make it softer. If you just join me, let me know if you can hear me. What are you doing? You're rubbing the you're rubbing the floor on your face like powder. My love, that's so funny. That is so funny. Yeah. Yummy. Yum yum yum. Yum yum yum. Yum yum yum. Yum yum yum. If you're just joining, please let me know if you can hear me, please, guys. And this is our first live on YouTube, so we might be making a mistake. Just let me know. My love, please, can you not pour everything out, please? You are here to help mommy and not to make more mess. Look, you already poured out the floor, please. And thank you. Help mommy, but don't make a mess, please. And honestly, my son really loves very simple pancake. Very simple pancake. Banana, egg, yogurt, and just a little bit of milk just to make it, softer. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yum. Oh, my love, I gave it to you so you can lick the yogurt and not put it inside here. Can you please not put it in here, please? Don't put it here. You can't even lick this again because I'm putting eggs inside. Guys, if you just joined, please let me know if you can hear us. If you're just joining, please let me know if you can hear what we are saying. My love, if you want to help mommy, help mommy. Don't make a mess, okay? Thank you. I'm just making very simple pancake for my son. He just woke up from sleep, so I like to make this pancake for him some days. It's just yogurt, flour, eggs, banana, and a little bit of milk. That's it. What are you doing? What are you doing? No. My love, you just ended up staining all my clothes, huh? I'm confused. You are addressing yourself as solo mom, but previously said you were married. Or do you mean a stay? That's a very good question, Miriam. So I was trying to clarify the meaning because I was on live yesterday and someone was like, oh, why are you saying you are a solo mom? Are you divorced? No. Maybe check it out. So what solo means is you have a partner that is working outside the house or your partner is not available. It doesn't mean you're divorced or you're a single mom. It just means that you are alone with your child. You're doing it alone. My love, no, don't put this here. I don't know if I answered your question, Miriam, but I'm not I'm not divorced. Neither am I a single mom. That makes sense. Okay, yes. So that's because yesterday I was on live on my Facebook platform and a lot of people have questions today like, why are you solo mom? Oh my God, did you finally get a divorce? Did you get a divorce? I'm like, no. It just really means that you are doing the job alone because you have a partner that is not available. My husband was recently working at home, so it was so easy for us to like kind of do things together. Some days when I'm so tired and touched out, I just like log off and just take a breather, so it was easy because he was working from home. He could take like few minutes and take care of our son while I just recuperate. Especially now that I'm pregnant, it's kind of gets harder because some days I just feel like tired and sleepy. So but now they make them go to the office every day, so it's just me and my son that stays at home all day until he comes back at night. So that's what solo means. So I think I answered your question, right? And honestly, I have a lot of questions that some people ask me on other platforms. So I'm just gonna really like, if you have any question, you can go ahead. I get it. I watch your videos, so I so got scared when I heard. Oh my God, no, don't worry. We are good, Mama. We are good. It just sometimes when life gives you something, you just have to like make do with it. Like it was so easy for me when I had my son. It was so easy. We were able to like parent together. My husband sometimes was home, not sometimes. He was working from home like 100%. And suddenly they make them go to the office like twice a week, and now they make them go to the office every day. So it becomes very hard for me, especially being pregnant and dealing with my toddler alone. Like, if you guys know us, you know my toddler is a lot. Yeah, you are a lot. So you guys know he's a lot. He has a lot of energy and I don't have that. So I try to. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yes, I'm talking about you. Hold on. Yes, I'm talking about you. Like, are you talking about me? Yep. So, but yes, I have a lot of questions that have been asked, like in some of my other platforms. So someone asked me and said, are you planning on doing anything different with this pregnancy than you did with your son? And every time I get asked that question, to be honest, my love, what are you trying to do? You're trying to calm down. No, you're gonna fall, please. Please. Yeah. And thank you. So yeah, I get a lot of that question, and every time I get asked that question, I'm left wondering because I have a lot of things. Everything I did with my son, I honestly love because it's something that really worked for us at that point. So I was really, really, my love, can you leave it, please? I was really hoping to do everything I did with my son, with my next baby. But the question is it doable? And like I said, my husband was working from home before, so it was easier to like have a child. We take care of our kids alone because we are in a different country. We are in a whole different country from where we are. So we are alone, basically, my husband and I. So it was easier for us to like, do things together when he was working from home. I was even working at that time. I was working. So when my husband is home, he take care of the baby while I go to work and I come back. It was working for us, but now that he has to go back to office, I'm now thinking now one of the things that I get asked a lot is, are you planning to pump this pregnancy? And I would love to pump because the benefit is a lot. And like I said, it's just my husband and I in this country. So pumping made it easier for my husband to be able to take care of our child when I'm tired and I can't really do it at that point. If I'm sleepy or I want to sleep or anything like that, my husband takes care of the baby, feeds the baby and does everything with the baby while I sleep. But now he has to work outside the house. So the question is, I just asked myself the other day, if I still have to like pump, then how am I going to pump and have a newborn and take care of my son? It becomes like, so I don't know. When it comes to pumping, honestly, I would love to do it because, of course, my husband is going to have like a parental leave for a period of time. So, but the question is it doable? Like when he goes back to work, can I handle it? Like be the only one taking care of the two kids at home, That question I haven't been able to. How often do you have to attend doctor's appointment being considered high risk? That's a very good question. That doctor's appointment, every time I talk about it, I get very emotional because I feel so sad. I feel so sad. Being high risk, you have like two appointments. One is with your MFM. Mommy wants to use it, so here, you can have this one. Mommy wants to use that one. So I have two appointments. One is with my MFM. And in case you don't know, MFM is your high risk doctor. Then you have to still attend the main, the regular OB visit that you always go for when you're pregnant. You have to still attend that one. So this one is like a completely different one. So I find myself going for two appointments. So on Monday, I went for my doctor's appointment. On Thursday, next week Thursday, I'm going for my MFM. So the MFM, I go every 2 weeks. While my OB, I go once a month. And all depends. Sometimes you go for your MFM even once a week. If something is wrong or they are not able to like confirm something, they will make you come like the upper week. That one is one that keeps me on my toe because it's in another place altogether. My OB's appointment is very close here, but that one I have to go all the way like 45 minutes drive, sometimes 50 because there's a lot of traffic to go for that one. So that one is a lot. My love, what are you doing? You are just trying to do everything to just mess everything up here. Everything you want, I give to you so that it's easier for me to just be able to do what I'm doing, but that's not working for you. I had a once a week ultrasound. I was considered high risk 5 years ago. So the struggle is the struggle is real. Okay, like last week I was meant to go for my regular, because I think I made a video about that one. I'm still gonna like edit it and post that one. What I always do the moment I find out I'm pregnant, all the things I need to do. So my OB visit is like, it's kind of draining because every time I go there, they have to check my CCLA, they will check my cervix. And okay, the last time I went there, she's like, oh, you're... One second. So every time I go for my MFM visit, I have anxiety. And when I say anxiety, I mean like serious one. Okay, the last time I went there and she's like, oh, your cyclage, the stitch doesn't look like, and I'm so scared because I have to go for a confirmation for next week. And I'm hoping that's not the case, because imagine being Oh my God, I don't even want to think about it. The first cyclage that I got was good. And in fact, I hated the first cyclage I got when I was pregnant with my son, because it was so hard for them to cut open. They couldn't cut it. I had to be admitted. I spent one night in the hospital because all the doctors came and put all their hands and tried all they could, and they couldn't cut it. So I told my MFM doctor this time around, I don't want it too tight. I don't want it to the point that I have to be in the hospital again. Like, please, can you just make it like minimal? And now I don't know if I made a mistake, if what I said was right or wrong, because now it looks like it's open. I don't know, but they have to confirm it for next week when I go. But the struggle is real. You are lucky. Your son at 19 months, he is speaking. Mine not yet. We love you a lot. All the way from my son, mom, let me just tell you something that I've learned from this. My love, mommy is trying to make pancake for you. If you keep taking all the things that mommy is using to make it, then your pancake will not be ready. Yeah, you got to be patient with mom. Be patient, okay? You want everything. Look, I gave you this one. Mommy is using that one. Can you use this one, please? Yeah. So let me tell you one thing I've learned from that comment that you said. One thing I've learned from this is, honestly, don't compare. Your child is not talking yet. Your child is going to talk. I'm saying it as someone that has like a huge platform. So I have people always come to my platform to say my son was late in everything. And when I say late to people, I don't really care at that point in time. But I have a platform where we have a lot of people who have different opinion. So my son didn't start crawling very early, and everybody was like, oh, he should be crawling by now. If I wasn't a strong mom, that would have really affected me. But I really don't care, because I know that he will crawl. Like, why the hurry? Like, I feel like parents these days, we are so much in a hurry, and I understand that sometimes the pressure from people, maybe when people see your kid, they be like, oh, he's not doing this yet. Oh, then you start to like worry. But I'm going to tell you, don't even think about it. Like, these kids, they develop differently. Like, we don't have to use one child to judge the other one. And when my son started crawling, he didn't just learn to crawl. Like, he was literally like running while he was crawling. The same thing happened before he started walking. He was 14 months when he started walking, and everybody had something to say. They'd be like, oh, he should be walking by now. Why is he still crawling? He should be walking by now. Like I said, I didn't mind because I know he was going to crawl. Like, why am I in a hurry for him to crawl? His pediatrician was good with his progress. Everything was looking good. They like, don't worry about it. Like, it's not even time to start worrying about that. And my son started crawling when he was walking when he was 14 months, and everybody, that one died, you know? So my point is, they develop differently. Your child might have done something earlier than my child did. Like, it doesn't mean your child is better than mine or mine is better than yours. It just means that they are different. Like, they are different. So we have to like learn to like accept them with their difference and just work with them. So if my child, he's not even talking fully. He's not like saying so much, but he's trying. Like, he repeats after me. When I say something, he says something. My love, can you please, it's hot. Wait for it to get cold. You are trying to do everything reverse. It's hot. You see? Hot. So mommy is leaving it to get cold so that you eat it. Hot. It's still hot, okay? Don't use that one. Let mommy give you your own. Let mommy give you yours. So don't even bother to say, oh, my child is doing this and yours is not doing. No, don't even worry about it. They develop differently. As long as your pediatrician is not worried, and they don't even have the right to be worried if you ask me, because they should understand. I feel like sometimes the pediatricians put the pressures on the parent, because I have my sister-in-law who says she was so, my love, it's still hot. Take. It's okay now. Take. So I have a sister-in-law who told me how precious she was when she had her son. Her pediatrician always have something to say. They'd be like, oh, what is he doing at this point? And my love, can you even chew? You didn't even chew it. Don't be in a hurry. You just ate. So she was like, they asked her if the son was doing something and she didn't, and they're like, oh, he's supposed to be doing it by now. So my point is, The pediatricians actually just cause this thing too sometimes. They really cause it because you should already know that these kids develop differently. And this puts so much pressure on mothers, especially because why should I be worrying? I never worry about my son anything because as long as I know he's healthy, he's gonna do something when he's ready. Like, my love, what are you doing? Let me see. Breastfeeding directly is better. Save bottle for him to feed the baby at night and create a bond too. Okay, so I have a different opinion when it comes to breastfeeding directly. As far as I'm concerned, breastfeeding is breastfeeding. I thought the same thing, but if you are following me on any of my platform, you will know how bonded I am with my son. Like, you will know the kind of bond I have with my son is not something that direct breastfeeding or placenta or anything can do. I have a serious bond with my son. Maybe secondly again is every time I'm pumping, my son is always with me. Not intentionally, but at that point in time, that is all I could do. I couldn't like let go of my pump just to be able to like, carry him. So I have to do both of them together. So when it comes to bonding, I bond so much with my son. And like I said again, every disappointment is truly a blessing. My love, here, like this. So every disappointment is a blessing. Blessing in the sense that, like I said, I didn't actually plan to pump. I gave birth to my son like every other mother, so happy, ready to breastfeed directly. And my son wasn't latching. I cried days and nights. Every time I put him in my breast, he started to cry and cry and cry and cry. He started to cry. And the days he's not crying, he's not sucking it. He's just using me as a pacifier. He doesn't suck nothing. And my son went from 8 pounds to 7 just from not eating directly from me. So we have a lactation consultant came to my house and she told me to pump. And at that point, I didn't read nothing. I have no clue what pumping even really is. Like, I didn't get nothing for pump because I plan on breastfeeding directly. I had to like start learning. I had to order from my insurance, the breast pump, and learn. And now I'm telling you, it's just because of the dynamic I have, like I said, since I'm solo parenting for now. So I don't have my husband fully with me. He's going to be with me when the baby comes. But of course, he's going to go back to work at some point. So I would choose pumping over direct breastfeeding 1,000 times. And I can tell you like just two of the reasons. One is just do whatever your family dynamic what really helps your family. At that point in time, like I said, I'm in a strange country, alone with my husband, having a new baby, nobody except me and my husband. So it was just both of us to take care of our son. We don't have nobody. I see some people say, oh, they have a family friend drop by and keep food for them. No, we didn't have none of those things because we are in a different place. So pumping helped me because my husband was home, so he could help me when I'm sleepy or when I'm tired. He helped me, and I had a C-section, so it wasn't even easy for me too. So pumping really helped for me to be able to like have my husband take care of him while I just rest. My body needed to rest because I had C-section, like I said, and it was my first. So it was, I don't even want to talk about my C-section because it was horrible because I was 2 days, I was in labor and I wasn't dilating and had to do emergency C-section. So that was very tough for my body at that point. So pumping really helped me a lot. It helped my family because it helped my husband, helped me with taking care of the baby while I rest as a new mom. So subsequently, pumping actually now helped me to have so much breast milk reserved that even when I stopped pumping, my son had to like, he has more to take him to even 3 years if he wanted to take it. Then it actually helped me to help other mothers. I donated milk to 3 mothers from beginning of their baby's birth until the baby was done drinking their breast milk, which was 19 months. 19 months. I just recently gave my last breast milk recently to the last mom. She said that her daughter doesn't even drink it that much, but if I have, she just still gives it to her. So this pumping has really done. So I will choose pumping over than, the only thing that kind of messes mothers up is things like, oh, it's better you breastfeed directly. It helps you create a bond. That is how what puts mothers in a hole. It put me in a hole too. I was crying because I thought I was never gonna bond with my son because everybody said if you breastfeed directly, it creates a bond. I'm telling you that I have so much bond with my son. If you know us, you will know that my son is my only person. We are so bonded, and we didn't breastfeed directly. So at the end of the day, whatever works for your family dynamic, honestly, is really advised. I had a once a week ultrasound. I was considering high risk 5 years ago. Okay. Did I answer all the questions? So at the end of the day, honestly, my love, you finished everything. Mommy was talking and you were busy eating. You ate everything. You ate everything. Hmm? You be like, mommy, just keep talking while I eat, huh? Mm. Mm-hmm. So honestly, I'm gonna keep saying it. Whatever works for your family, just do it. As long as it's something that benefits your family, because at the end of the day, it's you and your family. At the end of the day, like there's nothing anybody can say or do about it. But pumping really helped me in so many ways that and I wish I'm able to pump exclusively. But my only problem is when my husband goes back to work, how am I gonna? What are you doing? How am I gonna be able to like pump with a newborn and with a toddler? That's the big question. That is the question I'm asking myself every day. Ba 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 ba. Is there anything you wish? I'm coming now. I see your question. I'm coming. Let me come close and read it. What are you doing? Mommy told you. Mommy is using that one. I know the moment you have it in your hand, you will not release it. Yeah, you're just gonna think it's yours. So, is there anything you wish you would have done differently this time around? That's a question that someone actually asked me before, and I gave number one reason, and the number one was no. Let me read it again. Is there anything you wish you would have done differently this time around? This time around, I'm still pregnant, so I don't know what you mean. Is it while I'm pregnant or if I have the baby? Which of them? Because I'm still pregnant, so for now, there's nothing I really wish. I mean, I'm still just pregnant. Or I don't know. You mean in the pregnancy or when I have the baby? Because for now, there's really nothing I wish I could have done differently. Like now that I'm pregnant, everything I do now is a normal routine that I did with my son. Like it's a routine. It's just routine at this point in time. But something I wish I would have done differently, you mean, except you're talking about when I have the baby and still being pregnant. Oh no, because now that I'm pregnant, it's just routine. Like I just do normal stuff. Maybe the only thing, no, nothing at this point. Nothing I wish I would have done differently now being pregnant. No. The only thing I felt like I wish I would have done differently is I always plan my kids. Like my son, I am born June, so I wanted him to be born June. So I planned on having a June baby. I feel like the only thing, yes, in pregnant. Okay. I feel like the only thing I wish I would have done differently was just waiting a little bit to not have a May baby and having a June baby. So my son is June and I'm gonna have a May baby. Like who is gonna be doing all of those birthday months, June and May? So I mean they are too close. So what I wish I would have done was planned it very well. But this time around we didn't plan to get pregnant. We were holding up and it just happened. And I know it's kind of tacky when I hear people say, oh, they were not planning to have to be pregnant, but they are pregnant. And people ask them, were you on any birth control? And you say no. So if you're not on any birth control, how are you not planning to get pregnant? Like people get pregnant, right? What are you doing? I see you're so busy. My love, I don't know what's going on with you. Like You are hell bent on just messing everything up. Do you want this one? Or mommy's gonna eat it? No? Okay. Um, I think the frequent questions that have really been asked is, my love, look at your mouth. All the yogurt, everything you drank. Look at your mouth. So I think most of the questions that have really been asked is, are you my love? My love, don't do that. No. No. No.
No.
No.
No.
No.
No.
No, 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 no.
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 No. Yes. Bye bye. Yay. And I don't want to read for them. Read one. Don't want to read for them. Your camera shy these days. Say one. I'm looking forward to baby food recipe. Okay, you mean with my new baby or my love? My love, be careful. Look at all the things you are doing to me here. You mean with the new baby that is coming or with my son? Because honestly, I have been MIA from my social media platform. My pregnancy has just been, it's been good. I mean, I can't complain. I'm just really always tired. Nora Smith, hi. So I still make food for my son, but I'm too tired sometimes to even record. I'm so tired to record. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm too tired. Okay, with the new baby, okay. I think we are due around. Are you serious? Congrats on baby numbers. Thank you so much, Nora. Thank you. What are you doing there? Mm, mm. Thank you. Oh, Miriam, are you serious? Are you doing? You are doing May too? May? I have almost all my friends. My love is hot. Almost all my friends are May babies. I love May. Oh, 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 mm. Mommy's trying to make it cold. Can you be patient, please? Please. If you want mommy to give you something, what do you say? Good job. My love, don't do that. Don't do it. Thank you, Nora. May 31st. Are you serious? No, I'm going to give birth before then. Now, for now, my due date is not even certain yet. But no, not May. May 31st. Girl, I'm leaving you behind. My baby's going to come here between the beginning. I'm not sure. Oh, hold on. Please. Mm-hmm. This pancake is a hit. If I leave my son with this pancake, he's going to finish everything. He loves it. Yeah. Don't put everything in your mouth. Cut it little by little, please. You are greedy. So yeah. So I get asked a lot of questions. And I see someone asked me, I think in my other video, but I said I was gonna make the video. She asked me about the baby product I used with my son, and if I was gonna use the same product for my little one that is coming. I mean, if I can recommend it, that's what she means. Because she's also due in May, so she asked and said if there are baby products I got for my son and I didn't use and I feel like it wasn't like useful. And my love, and I said I was gonna make a video about that, but I'm not. What are you looking for? But I'm not so sure because I think everything I got for my son, everything I use for my son, are all the things I'll highly want to use my next pregnancy. Hold on. Whoopsie. I didn't get that right. Don't put everything in your mouth. So, yeah. Don't put everything in your mouth. I meant to ask, what are the benefits of bathing the breast milk? So, when I gave birth to my son, he has an extremely dry skin. And when I say dry skin, I mean, I cream his body, and I hear my husband asking me, and I get my husband asking me, oh, did you forget to cream his body? That's how serious it was. Like, his body just absorbs the whole cream, lotion, whatever it is that you put on his body. Then he started having like his skin started like to peel off, the peeling of the skin. And his own was not really normal because it just kind of peels in a certain way. Some of his face, some part of it is white, some, it was crazy. So I had to like start reading on solution. Like, I just wanted something natural for him, like something natural to like help clear that. And when I went online, I saw a lot of people talked about breast milk. A lot of people said how breast milk changed their baby skin, changed their life. A lot of people have so much to say about that breast milk. So I said, oh, okay. I had no idea this breast milk was something, very powerful. I started to research on breast milk, and I realized that the greatest antioxidant is breast milk. Like, breast milk is medicine. And I have a lot of people say their baby had like problem in their eyes, and they put the breast milk and it cleared off. Then I have started reading. I see a lot of moms talking about when they use breast milk, what it did to their kids' life and stuff like that. So I told myself, hold on, I have breast milk lying around in the house and it does all this job. So I started to like, just at first I used the breast milk. I just like put like I don't know what you guys call it, but it's not cotton wool. I just use it to clean his face before I cream his body. And the stuff on his face like were clearing like so fast. And I'm like, hold on. If he does all of this job, I'm sure he's gonna do the same thing when you bathe the baby, because sometimes in his body too, he has that dryness here. That was how I started bathing him with breast milk. Everywhere I go, I still get people asking me till tomorrow, what are you using for your son? And first thing I did was I changed his lotion, because I realized that the lotion I was using for him honestly doesn't have no oil. So the moment I put it on his body, it kind of absorbs everything. So I had to change it. I started browsing and reading about lotion to use, and a lot of people recommended the one I'm using for him right now. So I changed the lotion. Then I started bathing him with the breast milk, and it did a whole lot of difference. So at first, I wasn't using like a fresh breast milk, like I pump breast milk and I use it for him. No, especially when I feel like I have other kids that really need to drink that breast milk to survive. So what we do was, so at that point, what we normally do was Every time I give him like a bottle and there's a leftover in the bottle, we try to reserve it for a bath, you know. So we start building it up like that. So we bathe him with the breast milk every twice or three times a week at first. Then when I became an oversupply, I didn't have any problem with breast milk anymore. So we started bathing him every day with the breast milk, my love. So the breast milk is medicine. You see how you go to the hospital and they prescribe medication for one thing or the other. Breast milk does the job. So I think I saw another mom said how every time her child has like a fever, she always bathe them with breast milk and it helps. So I started to try it. Honestly, breast milk does a lot of magic. Every time my son is sick with a fever, I use like a whole lot of breast milk. I barely even mix it with water, and I soak him in there for a period of time. What are you looking for? No. I soak him in there for a period of time, and honestly, he gets better. So yes, breast milk, there's a lot that it does. A lot. It's hot. 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 Don't touch the old one. This one is hot. Yeah, you heard me. Hot. 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 My love, I said it's hot. Doesn't now mean that if you don't touch it with your hand, you touch it to something else. Can you take the old one I kept for you here? This one is cold. Cold. Hot. Cold. If that one is hot, this one is cold. Mm-hmm. So, milk bath boosts their immune system. So you see this one I had no idea too. So yeah, milk bath does a lot. When I found out all the things it does, and I have breast milk sitting right there, so I started to do a lot of things with the breast milk. Yeah. What are you looking for? Show me. What? Show mommy. What is it? Which one? What are you looking for? Is it this one you're looking for? I have no idea what you're even looking for, but okay. Let's give you some yogurt. So yeah, milk bath does a lot of good to their body. Like when I finished finding out, that's what I started doing. So I still have like a lot of starch left in the freezer, and I just used it like recently to bake him. And breast milk actually help. Pumping helps with oversupply. Well, I'm not gonna say it helps because not in all cases. I've had people that said they did the pump and they were religious about it and they didn't have. They only just make enough for their baby to drink, which is okay. Like if you make enough for your baby to feed, that's fine. Not everybody's gonna be an oversupply. Like everything that has an advantage definitely has a disadvantage. They have a disadvantage to the oversupply because it just really means that when every other person is normal, going out and just having fun, all I'm thinking about is, oh my god, my breast is so full, I need to pump. 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 So another question I got asked was, my love, what are you even doing? Another question I always get asked is what do you feed your child for, like, for the rest of the day? I get asked that question a lot. And I know that can be very tough for mothers. Like, what we feed these toddlers for the rest of the day, that's a lot. I know. Because some days my son is hungrier than he normally is, while some days he really don't care. So let me tell you, every day I wake up from sleep, the first thing that comes to my mind is, oh my God, what am I going to feed this boy? Like, what? Every day I wake up from sleep, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Because my son is, please. My son is a foodie when he wants to be. A foodie when he wants to be. So there were times he was eating good. Let me see. There were times he was eating so good, like everything I give to him, he eats it. We are in that stage where one is when I make his food, he used to like his food very well. But we're at the stage when if I make his food, he will not eat it. But whatever it is that we make in the house, trust me, he will devour it. Like, I don't understand that theory. Like, I'm making your food. Why are you so interested in ours? And honestly, growing up, we didn't have anything like making baby food and making our food. I don't know where you guys come from, but I'm from Africa. Our kids just start eating whatever it is that we're eating. Nothing like, oh, we have to make their food separate. But as new moms, we are changing, we are evolving, we are understanding that some of the food we eat might not have enough nutrients for our little ones. So making their food, it's good for them because you add more nutrients in the food. Because we are adults, so we can really survive without so much nutrients in our food. But they can't. They are still building their immune system, so they need those little nutrients that they get from food, to survive. So you just finish that thing right now. So the more we are realizing that, the more we are trying to do better. So I started making his food. But my son these days, he wants to eat only the food I make for ourselves. And sometimes I try to like trick him to thinking that his food is our food. So when I bring his food, I start to eat it because, like I always say, every time I make my baby food recipe, I always say I cannot make anything for my son that I can't eat. So we don't do bland food here. We don't do bland food. We make our food tasty, not with a lot of spices. Like, I don't put salt. I only put like a little pinch of salt, but we use ginger, we use turmeric, we use garlic, we use natural herbs that are really good for them. So we don't do bland food. I see a lot of people don't. That is for you guys. We don't do bland food here. So any food I'm making for my son, I need to be able to eat it. I need to be able to eat it. So sometimes I try to like trick him. I make his food, I bring his food, and I start to pretend like I'm eating the food so that he thinks it's our general food, but he's very smart. For some reason, he knows. My love, I think I'm done. Let's sit. So, my son is 3 and so picky. Come to this side. The mommy's not going to push you down, of course. My son is 3 and he's so picky. Trust me, I understand. I've had a lot of people ask me that question, like, what did you do for your son to really start eating all the food and not be picky? I didn't do anything, but we have to understand that this, like I always say, these kids are different, That's it. So, thank you. So we have to understand that these kids are different. My love, your mouth, I need to clean it. No. See how you just stained all my clothes. These kids are different. They cannot all do things the same way. They can't do. Are you okay? Are you pretending or you're okay? So kids are different, but I realize that some things that some mothers don't do. Let me tell you one thing I realized. My love, can you go get mommy wipes? Wipes to clean your mouth. Wipes. Wipes. Get mommy wipes to clean your mouth. Wipes. So these kids are different, and I realized from talking to some moms, I realized like the little mistake I feel like mothers, not I won't call mistake, something that I feel like they're not doing right. When I hear people say their kids are picking, I kind of always help them to find out how that came about and why. So I went to my brother's place for Christmas, and he has two sons, and they were picky eaters. When I say picky, they have a specific thing they eat. They don't eat nothing, you know. So, and I said, okay, they like noodles a lot. So I said, why not the noodles? Why not try to at least whatever it is that they're eating, you try to add like nutrient, right? Why not like add something to it or something, you know? And they started doing it, and the kids were eating it. So my son recently stopped. He loves oat. Like when he was small, oat was our go-to. Like that's what we give to him for breakfast. He loves it. He finishes all his food when I make for him oat. And suddenly he stopped eating the oat. Every time I give it to him, he's gagging. Like he wants to throw up. And I have to be forced to like stop giving him oats for like a period of months, so some couple of months. Then I try to like ask myself, like, why did he stop taking oats like suddenly? So maybe because I was making it a certain way, and maybe he's already tired of that way I'm making it. Because just like adults, mm, so just like adults, sometimes you are eating something like a certain way that is made, and you're tired of that food, of that thing you're eating. They are the same thing too. Sometimes they get tired of a certain way that something is prepared. So one day I just wanted to make something different. So one day I changed the way I make it oat. Normally I make it like how you make like a normal oat. Put water and just don't make it too. So I changed it. I started making for him plain oat. When I say before, I put like for sweetener, because I don't give him honey. So for sweetener, I always put like apple or pear, and dates, chai seed. Like I put all of those in his oat, and he doesn't eat it. So one day I decided to just start making it very, very simple. When I say simple, I don't put nothing. I just put water, put the oat, and in the next few minutes, because I use the organic oat for him, not the old-fashioned one. So that one is very soft. And I put a lot of water. A lot of water in the oat. So it's not thick, it's very light, very plain, very plain. Cook it, put it down. Add I always put yogurt, plain yogurt, for how creamy it is. He likes it too. Then I started giving honey. I put like a little bit of honey. My son will finish the whole bowl. He don't mind taking that oat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is how good he loved it. But he goes to daycare and eats everything. He's only picking at home. Yeah, I think I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. I know. But as long as he eats everything in daycare, I mean, how many hours does he spend home? I feel like these kids spend more time in daycare, right? Than they spend at home, because by the time they come back, it's late already. By the time they finish taking their bath, maybe dinner, it's time to sleep, right? Except maybe for weekend, depends, right? So I started making it that different, and my son, that's his favorite breakfast. You see that oat? If I made that oat right now, you will see how if I'm taking my time to like feed him, he will be like crying like I should hurry up. He loved it. So whenever I hear parents tell me how picky their kids eat, the first question I ask is, how do you make the food? Because you want to try and change the strategy you're using. If your child was eating something before and they suddenly became picky, or maybe if they're not eating it before, maybe it's different. But I've tried that with my son. Some of the things that he eats before and he doesn't eat it again, I just change some certain things and he started eating it. So that's how I see. What are you picking? Here I come. Let mommy change your mouth. Clean your mouth. Let mommy clean your mouth. Let's go to the living room. What are you doing? Let's go to the living room. Noise maker. So that's how I see it. The first question I ask is, how do you make your food? Because these kids really tend to get picky. They tend to get picky when they are not really enjoying it at a setting, because I don't know. My son really eats everything I make for him. He does. He really eats everything I make for him. And I'm so happy about that because, whoosh. Let me see. And someone asked me and said, I think I had someone that asked and said, oh, I've had, and honestly, every time I hear that question, I feel so bad. She said that she has had a miscarriage and she has had a loss, and she has been trying to have another child ever since then, and they've not been able to. What I did to get pregnant, honestly, I didn't do anything, but I'm going to tell you guys what I did to be pregnant for my son, because my son's pregnancy was the longest. So I always told people, I said, when I have a friend that told me, oh, you are so lucky, every time you always getting pregnant. I've been trying for like 15 years, I haven't been able to, but look at you. The moment you got married, you started trying to get pregnant and you got pregnant. The first thing I told her was, it's very easy for me to get pregnant, but keeping it is a problem. Getting pregnant, yes, I get pregnant, but how to keep the pregnancy becomes a problem. He wants to be talking when I'm talking. That this is crazy. My love, stop. So when I get asked that question, let me tell you what happened. With my son, that was like the first time. With my son, every time we say we want to start trying to get pregnant, we get pregnant almost. My love, can you stop? Mommy is talking. Stop it. Stop it. Mommy is talking, okay? Don't talk when mommy is talking, please. So every time I said, me and my husband say, oh, let's try to get pregnant. We get pregnant that month. But now the question is, do we keep the pregnancy? No. That is the biggest question. We don't. So when I hear people ask me, oh, how did you do to get pregnant? Because after my loss, I couldn't. I feel so bad because for my son, it took us 6 months to conceive. At that point in time, I was worried. I was so worried. I didn't know what we did wrong. We were doing everything we were supposed to be doing. I bought the ovulation test kit. I was checking. Oh my God. But let me tell you guys something. Research is so good. I'm one of those people that don't do research. I love things just easy. I love the easy way out. I really don't like to stress, like to do research on something, nothing. I don't like it at all. But research is good. And sometimes when you're in a situation, you realize that the only thing that is going to help you is research. See what I mean? I was trying first month, second month, third month. At that point in time, I was worried. I told my husband, oh my God, don't tell me that after the last loss we had, maybe something happened. Because let me tell you guys, maybe it's a story for another day. My last loss that I had was the most traumatic of all the losses I've ever had in my entire life. That loss cost me a lot of things. It cost me blood. I was bleeding for months non-stop. I had to go in for after I pushed the baby out, the placenta got stuck in there. I had to be able to they had to be able to decide if I was going to do a C-section to get the placenta out. And I said, never. How am I going to do a C-section for a baby that is dead? Like, I'm going to have a scar reminding me that I lost a baby. I said, no, they have to find something else to do. Like, I won't be able to. So look, let's analyze your feeling. Look, what is this? He's feeling what? Happy. So but thankfully, she said that they will have to give me like a medication that is going to open up my cervix for them to be able to see if they will be able to take out the placenta. And I'm like, that option, you can go for it, but I will not be able to get a scar in my stomach for a baby that I didn't have. But thankfully, they gave me the medication and it worked. Like, it was causing contractions for the placenta to be able to come out. And after I finished that, I thought that was the end of it. I went home that day and I was terrified at the sight of the things I saw. I was sleeping and I was having like a contraction like stuff in my sleep. And I was wondering, like, why am I contracting when I'm not even pregnant anymore? Guess what was coming out? So when my cervix was open for them to take out the placentas didn't come out, all of it. So they have to like cut them and bring them out in batches. But I had like a lot still left inside there. Oh my God. I was sleeping and I was contracting. I was thinking it's something normal. I went to the bathroom to pee, and guys, I didn't pee like a normal regular pee. I was peeing. Listeners' discretion. The things that were coming out was terrifying. It was like a thick blood, like a lot of it. Like, I went to pee and it was like I was giving birth to like thick stuff like that. And I started screaming and I called my husband and he came. And I showed him like, look at what I saw here. And he said, oh my God, we have to go to the hospital. We went back to the hospital. They said, oh, it's because of the placenta was not out entirely. Like, they cut them and bring out some, but obviously we have like some particles left in there. So they have to like perform a D&C to get them out. Oh my God. My love, can you stop it, please? Please. 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 So I said, okay, what are we gonna do? She said we have to do a D&C to get the placentas that are left, that are trapped in there. We have to do a D&C to get them out. I said, okay, no problem. Let's go ahead and do the D&C. Do I want to do it? My body has gone through a lot already, like losing a child. I've not even been able to like cry or grieve for that one. How am I gonna like start going through all of those things again? But I said, okay, fine. If that's the only thing that's gonna bring out the rest of the placentas, let's do it. So they performed the D&C and got the placentas out, and I was relieved. So I said, thank you, Jesus. I thought that was the end of it, right? That was not the end. And after some days, I started bleeding so bad that the moment I'm trying to put on my sanitary pad, it gets soaked. The moment I'm just trying to like wear it, guys, I was crying, I was screaming, I was terrified. Imagine losing a child and not even being able to like stay 1 minute to even mourn because I'm going through this traumatic loss bleeding that I don't really understand it. We went to the hospital again and I told her, I said, I took a picture, I took videos, and I took it to her and I said, what is going on? Like, why am I still having this, so many things coming out from here? She said they have to perform an ultrasound. And if you know where I come from, you know that they don't really have like the best of equipment for a lot of things. Like, you are having one issue, you are going to them for that, and they are referring you to somewhere like a place very, very different. So she said that we have to perform an ultrasound, and the people that does the ultrasound is not even their hospital. I have to go somewhere else to do that ultrasound. No problem. I said, okay. My husband and I, we went to go do the ultrasound, and we went there and they confirmed that we still have like some particles of the placenta stuck in my uterus. At that point in time, I started to cry. I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm tired, I'm frustrated. Like, what is going on? I thought you guys did the D and C and you confirmed. Like, I don't know if anybody has gone through that before. It's so painful. You know, after losing a child, I'm still have to go to like going through this trauma. Like, it was so traumatic for me. So I said, I thought you guys say you did a D and C and everything is good. Why do I still have like some particles left in there? They have to perform another one. They performed another D and C to get those other particles left. And I asked her, I said, I hope that is the end of it. She said, yes, that they got everything out. So I said, okay, thank you. And I left. And we're supposed to travel. My husband said, oh, because of all the things that we've gone through the past few days, that he wants us to like travel and go to, I'm talking about back home. So we went to Lagos State, my love. Don't touch. So he said, let's travel to another state, like just to cool off, because I've gone through a very devastating loss and still have to go through this trauma that I'm going through at that point. So my husband said, okay, fine, let's go to another state and just like relax for a bit and come back, my love, and come back. I said, okay, let's go. And guys, we traveled to Lagos State, and the first night of staying in that state was hell. My bleeding, mind you, she said that everything was already out, so I didn't have like a lot of the bleeding I was always having before. My bleedings were minimal, so I just went like with some couple of packs of of sanitary pad to help, for the finishing, because at that point in time we already did an ultrasound, so she already knows that we have something left, and she knows the number, like she said. So, and when she was doing it, and she said she took it out already, so everything was supposed to be good, right? But that was not the case. I traveled, and the first night was a trauma. I was taking a bath, and it was horrifying. I started to contract again. Before you know it, oh my God, guys, the things I saw that day. And remember, we are far away to another state. We had to confirm that everything was good before we traveled, because we wanted to travel ever since we had the loss. But because of this whole thing, we said we want to wait until everything is done, because imagine going to another state and being faced with stuff like this. Like, where am I going to start from? So the night was crazy. I was bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, and it was so bad. What are we going to do? We called her on phone. But that was just calling for calling, because she's not in the same state with us. So she said that we should, she doesn't know why, but anyway, at this point in time, we should look for a hospital, like, to check in. My love, can you stop it, please? That we should look for a hospital that will be able to check in and stuff like that. I said, what? Stop it. Stop it. I'm not serious. I'm serious. I'm not joking with you. Stop it. So she said that we should look for a hospital that will be able to check in. I'm like, God, this is 2 a.m. Like, what is going on? All the part I had finished. I called the hotel where we were staying, and they said, oh, they don't sell something like that, and they only have like a 24-hour supermarket that is, if you know where I'm talking about, you understand that. He said it was so far that we will not be able to, like, get it around the place we were. So at that point, what we did that night, because we tried, he gave us like his tissue paper to be able to help, but nothing was able to help. So what we did that night was, the area where I was lying, I had to sleep on the floor. So we put like a little sack bag that will be able to like get whatever it is. Oh, I really don't want to talk about it. My point is, when we were trying to get pregnant for my son and it wasn't coming, we were scared. We were thinking that all the experiences we had, everything I narrated for you, was the reason why we are not getting pregnant. So we were scared, and it was like, oh my God, so maybe that bleeding took away something. I don't know, because it was a lot of things that we really experienced, and talking about it actually is so tough. So I was thinking, and me and my husband were like, we're not getting pregnant. Maybe something happened to us after we finished having all of those horrifying experiences, but we didn't know. But we started reading. And that was where I realized that I'm someone that I'm very neglectful. When I say neglectful, like, I don't really care so much about my body. When I mean body, I mean my husband is the one that's actually checks when my period is supposed to come. Because when we met and when he asked me, I'm like, oh, I don't know. It just comes whenever it comes. He's like, what? A grown-up lady? Like, how is it that you don't know your period? I'm like, oh, I never checked that before. I never had any period app on my phone, or not, my love. I never have any period app on my phone or anything like that. Nothing. I had no idea. My husband was shocked. So he was the one that downloaded it on his phone. And every time I start my period, he documents. So he knows he's one that actually does all those documenting. That's to tell you how much I really don't care that much. Like whatever, if my period comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, I don't take note of things like that. And that's how I didn't take note of the fact that ever since I had that bleeding and those losses, my period drastically changed. My period went from coming from 3 days with normal regular bleeding to just 2 days with 1 day bleed, and the next day it just stopped. But I didn't take note. Like, I don't care. I don't really care. I'm not someone that actually just puts my mind to things like this. Then I started to read. It was through my reading that I realized that I lost my body was lacking a lot of stuff. I think my body was lacking B complex, something like that. I was doing a lot of research, and I realized that I wasn't even taking some necessary vitamins that my body really need. And when I realized that, we're already like four months into trying. So I went to the pharmacy and I got all the vitamins that we need. We're taking B complex. We're taking B complex, yes. We're taking B12. I was taking magnesium, and I was taking, of course, folic acid, and I was taking 7 vitamins, and vitamin C, and I forgot. But if somebody really need all of those things, I can actually just look for it and I'll put it down. So I started taking these vitamins, and God, let me tell you guys, the power of vitamin. In Africa, things like this, we don't take it seriously. We don't take taking vitamins seriously. They here, vitamin, they take it very seriously. We don't. And let me tell you guys, the first month I took this whole vitamins I'm telling you guys, that was the first time I ever saw a period. When I say period, if I tell you that, oh, I'm on my period, I mean period. I was shocked. It was so effective. Leave it. It was so effective, like so effective. The first month I saw a difference in it. It came normal. Everything was good. And the second month of taking that vitamin, we got pregnant for my son. So my body was lacking a lot of vitamins that I had no idea. I had to go through all of these things to be able to find that out. So after the first month, what the first month of taking that vitamin did for us was to help my body, my period regulate, and my ovulation and everything. And the next month, we got pregnant for my son. So every time I see someone that is like, I have a friend, my sister's friend, my sister, when I told her my story, she had a friend that has been married for 5 years and they've been trying. And so she was asking me, oh, please, what is the things that I said I did that she wants to recommend it to her friend? And I told her, and she had the friend call me and I explained it to her, gave her the dosage and how to take it. It's just vitamin that your body is really lacking. And the friend took it and she's pregnant. I think, or she gave birth already. So my sister told me after 5 months, I called my sister and I asked her, I said, how is your friend? Like, is she still taking the vitamins? She said, oh, that she forgot to tell me, yes, that she's pregnant. I said, oh, but she didn't tell me, but I don't really care if she told me, but I'm happy. So our body is losing or needing some certain vitamins that at that point in time we really didn't like, we don't know. It was during research they said, oh, if you're having this, if you're having that, it means that this was when I was researching, and I bought those vitamins and I started taking in the first month. I called my husband, like, you can imagine when I was on my period, I screamed and I called my husband. He came and I showed him. I said, I have never had this ever since I had that loss. This is, oh my God, it was mind blowing. And the next month we got pregnant. I see everybody just really listening to my story. Nobody is saying anything. So the next month we got pregnant for my son, which is 6. So that was like the 6th month. Oh no, then the next month we didn't try. If I tell you why we didn't try, you're gonna like laugh. The next month we didn't try at all because I told my husband I wanted my son to come June because my birthday was June. So I told my husband I wanted a June baby. So we didn't try at all. My husband was like, "What do you mean? We don't even know if that one will come." I said, "No, let's just wait. I don't want us to try. I want a June baby. I want to get pregnant in September so that I'll be able to give birth to my baby in June." And my husband think I was crazy, but anyways, we waited till the September to try, and yeah, that was how I got pregnant, and my son came out in June. So yes, I've had people ask me that question, like, oh, I had ever since I announced my pregnancy, I see that a lot of women are going through a lot of stuff. I've had mothers like send me a message, what did I do? Like, did I do anything different to make me get pregnant? And they have kids that like, the other one says she has a son that is 24 months, and they've been trying like so bad. I feel so bad for her. She said her son is 24 months, and they've been trying, like they've been doing everything that they did to get the son. They've been doing it, and it's not coming. I told her I really understand. So she was asking me if I did anything from as in to be able to get pregnant very fast. I told her I didn't do nothing. As a matter of fact, I didn't plan it. I told my husband I was gonna start trying around October or even November so that I'll be giving birth to like a February baby or something like that. Not something close to my son's age, but it happened, right? So guys, if you have any question, you can go ahead and ask me. I'll be leaving this live in 10 minutes time, my love. Stop it. But I'm so happy. I'm happy. And like I said from my intro, this is my first live on YouTube. If you guys are following me on Facebook, you know we always go live on yeah. So we always go live on Facebook, but this is my first live on YouTube, and I want to try and come live on YouTube more often. I'm trying to build a community here. So I've spent all my time building my platform on Facebook. Honestly, I just want to build a community here. I want to build like my YouTube community. Like, I don't mind starting afresh because what it is right now is that we are starting afresh. We're just starting. And if you guys have not even subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe. We talk about everything family, everything motherhood, everything kids. We just really have fun in this platform. So if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. It will really mean a lot to us and our platform. Like, we are just trying to grow at this point in time. So we are trying to build a community here where we can always be free to talk about things and just be able to like relate to each other. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and please subscribe. If you have any question, please ask me. I'm going to answer any question that you guys have to ask me. But at this point in time, this pregnancy is just still progressing. We're going to be having the baby very soon, and when we have this baby, then we'll be able to decide what we are going to do differently. But honestly, I'm praying and wishing I don't do anything differently because everything I did with my son, I loved it. It worked for me, it worked for our family, it was good for us. So I'm hoping we don't have to like do anything differently with this particular one. My love, mommy is talking. Mommy is talking, please. 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 Mommy is talking. Can you please? So we're trying to like build our YouTube community here. We're trying to grow here. So I'm gonna try as much as I can to come live more often here on YouTube. So if you guys are just new here, you're just passing by and you see this face, you're like, who are they? Please, my love, can you stop? Stop it. So we're gonna try to build this platform, to build a community here where we can actually just be able to like share and relate with each other here however we can. This is my 19-month-old, and if you guys already know him, yes, every time he feels like my attention is divided, I'm doing something else, then he's not happy because he always likes to be the center of attention. That's what he's trying to do right now. Trying to get don't.
No.
I'm at work listening to you, lol, but I've had a miscarriage before also. Oh my god. That can be very terrible. That can be very, 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 very terrifying. Nora, my love, stop it. That can be very terrible. Like, honestly, I don't know if, my love, stop it. I don't know if what can be more painful. You know, every day you just like sit down and you are wondering, like, oh, and I got pregnant about 6 months. Oh, are you serious? How old is your how old is your child? Like, is it um the same age with my son? Yeah. So what, the 6 months, were you trying before then, or 6 months was when you started trying? Like, did you start trying almost immediately you had the miscarriage, or you waited for 6 months before you started trying? Because with my son, we had to, like, we waited, of course, because we were moving to another country. So my husband and I decided that we won't even like try, because, and that was the best decision we made, because that was when we were already planning to actually move to America. So we're like, oh no, it's not, I don't think it's advisable to go to a new country with a new baby when you're trying to like get, stand on your feet and get to know your way around and stuff like that. So we decided that we are not going to try, and until we come here, see how the place is, like try and establish, then before we try. That was like the best decision we made. So we didn't try. We waited, like after I had that miscarriage in 2020 during the lockdown, and we came here 2021, and we started to actively try 2022 2023 September. No, 2022 September, because my son was born 2023. So I want to try. I'm gonna see what as in, I really want to try and come live here more often. I always go live on my other platform, but I want to try as much as I can to come, my love. I want to try as much as I can to come live here more often. I'll try and see. I want to try and come here more often. Come live and just talk to everyone here. We're trying to build our community here. Like, we have built our community on other platforms, but we are trying to like build our YouTube, community. And I really want you guys to be part of our community. So if you guys haven't subscribed at this point in time, please be generous enough. You're not gonna get any. You're not gonna be deducted or charged for subscribing. So it's totally free, and we will try as much as we can to upload like more interesting, engaging family content for you guys. You guys, the moment you have a toddler, I'm here talking to you guys, but my eyes are just busy going around everywhere. All right, guys, do you guys have, oh, my toddy, my 3 years, oh, 3 years, oh, wow, your baby is bigger than mine. We are just starting off. That's why when I get the stare, or when I get the question of, oh, how old are you, and when I tell them I'm big, and they look at you like you're old. They don't know all the things that you've been through. Guys, in the absence of any question, I think some of you really don't have no question for us anymore. I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, we are a fun family. If you guys know us, you know we are fun, we are lovable, we are real. real. We don't fake nothing. We are natural. We don't need to do anything to impress anybody. We just love being ourselves here. So you guys feel free to like subscribe to our channel, and put on your notification whenever we go live. You will be able to be notified whenever I make any post. And I'm gonna try. That's why I like you guys to ask us questions. I'm gonna try to like you know answer the questions I see like more often. So if you guys have any video idea you want us to do, like feel free to like let me know. And someone asked me to show the videos of the things I use for my son, and if I was gonna use the same thing for my new baby that is coming, or if I'm gonna do anything differently about the product, and I'm gonna make that video. So I like you guys to give me like any video idea that you want us to like really like do. If you want us to do any video, like anything you want to know, just go ahead and just leave the comment. I'm gonna check it, put it down, and make that video and explain it as much as I can. But honestly, I'm so happy to see you guys. We are happy to actually be here for the first time. This is our first live. So let's give it up for ourselves. We had our first live today. Was it easy? No, because it's like a very new platform to me. I'm used to live on my other platform. I know everybody that always comes to my life. I know their names. I call their names. We always like interact. So this is like a new platform for me, and we came live for the first time, and I'm happy to actually just meet all of you. So thank you guys. Let's just continue to build a community like where we can always like feel free to like talk about anything that we feel like is so hard, especially when it has to do with motherhood. Like anything motherhood, ask me, I'm gonna answer you, and I'm gonna ask you guys too, because like I said, he's my first, so I don't know everything. You guys already have kids that are older than me, so I'm sure there are other systems that you're using that I might want to know too. So you guys, thank you so much for coming. I love you guys, and we are gonna see you. We love you. Tell them we love you. Say we love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. We love you. We love you. So we are gonna see you guys when we come live again. All right, calm down. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Leave. Don't. Now the question is, where do I end this life? I follow you on Facebook too, so I have subscribed. Thank you so much, Nora. Appreciate you. Thank you, my love. We are looking for the end button. Honestly, it's my first time coming live here, so where do we actually end this life, my love? Let me see. Where do I end the life? Mm. Okay, I think this is it. So you guys, thank you so much. Bye.